Hey guys, hope you are all having an amazing Friday. This video is going to be very short, as there isn't a lot to talk about and I have some things I need to get done, so we are going to Tokyo drift through the content. Today, the entire market saw a pretty ugly decline, and GameStop and AMC were no exception. The S&P 500 and the Dow both dropped, with Nasdaq fluctuating between gains and losses. The biggest driving factor for today's bad trading day was the mixed bank earnings, with companies like JP Morgan posting lower than expected fourth quarter trading revenues. We have a new report that came out today which also had an effect on the market. I will be linking this morning's video down in a pinned comment below. Before we start, let me quickly state that I am not a financial advisor, and that all content discussed in this channel is simply information gathered that I deem important for people to know, so that they can make informed decisions. All efforts are aimed to better understand the nature of the current market in anticipation of the greatest squeeze in financial history. Let's get started. New economic data came out today, showing that U.S. retail sales fell 1.9% in December month-on-month, missing estimated and marking the biggest drop since February of 2021. November sales were already downwardly revised, so this report did not bode well with the stock markets. It's so funny. Jerome Powell keeps touting that the United States has been making a lot of ground in recovering, but reports keep coming out suggesting otherwise. Yesterday, Fox Business's Twitter account published the biggest lie I have ever seen mainstream media done. Fox said that AMC theaters would be going private after selling final stocks. As you might imagine, there was a very loud and vocal outrage at such a blatant lie that I wonder why anyone would even publish at all. It goes to show that the mainstream media will do anything and everything they can in order to get people to sell off. China's Evergrande averted their first onshore public default, according to some reports. The indebted giant secured investor backing to delay making payments on a $708 million onshore bond and thereby effectively avoiding what would have been their first public default in the country's domestic bond market. Don't get me wrong, the company is judged by international rating companies as already having defaulted, but onshore, Evergrande still has stronger credit ratings on paper. It still hasn't defaulted on the 56 billion yuan of outstanding publicly traded bonds and asset-backed securities, which in dollars amount would equal roughly $8.8 billion. As we have been talking about, these was a vote that took place yesterday to defer coupon payments by 6 months to July 8, following a series of meetings, and now we have our answer. We will continue to monitor the situation ongoing in the Chinese real estate sector as usual. Let's now talk about today. Fed submitted over $1.598 trillion in reverse repo operations today. Dark pool trades for AMC accounted for 51% of the total volume today, while dark pool trades for GameStop accounted for 44% of the total volume today. AMC had a larger amount of buy orders than its sell orders, with GameStop also having a larger amount of buy orders than sell orders. Now, let's talk about performance. AMC traded bearishly, losing under 1% for the day. AMC Vegan trading fairly bearish during the pre-market, falling underneath the VWAP and constantly testing the lower end of that $20 support. Upon market opening, AMC fell below 20 for the first time in months, reaching 19.51 at its lowest point. After a bounce that had it run slightly past 21, AMC retraced and entered an ascending triangle, all seemingly poised to break out of 21. But shorters had other plans for the stock. They once again crippled AMC, dragging it back down to 19.63. Here, AMC bounced up, reaching 20.72 again. AMC closed at 20.57, above the VWAP. As for what to expect for next week, as usual, I will be making a video on Sunday talking about it. GameStop traded bearishly, losing over 4% for the day. It began trading very bearishly during the pre-market, falling down almost to 119. Upon market opening, shorters hit GME really hard, dipping it all the way down to 116. After a bounce back that had GameStop come back above 122, it fell once again, retesting that 116 support wall it found earlier. As GME began moving upwards to test the VWAP, shorters implemented another attack that had GameStop break its support wall at 116. Reaching 112.02 this time, the lowest point of the day. It then entered an ascending triangle that had it reach a closing price of 116.65, slightly below the VWAP and at the very end of its pattern. As for what to expect next week, like I said, I will be making a video on Sunday talking about it. And that is all I have for you guys today. Let me know what you thought of the video. I will link this morning's video in the comments below. If you want to support this channel, I have a Patreon link in the description as well as some one-time donation links for Cash App and PayPal. Thank you again for being a part of this channel. I will continue striving for better content. Enjoy the rest of your day. Keep on buying the dip and to the moon.